John was a man who had always been fascinated by watches. Ever since he was a young boy, he would ask his parents about the time constantly, and he was always eager to know more about the devices that could tell it. As he grew older, his fascination with watches only grew stronger. He began to collect them, scouring the internet for the latest and greatest styles. His collection grew so large that he had to get a special display case to hold all of his watches. But even with the case, he couldn't help himself. Whenever he saw someone wearing a watch, he would ask them about it. He loved hearing stories about where people got their watches and what made them special. One day, John was walking through the city when he saw a man wearing a watch that he had never seen before. It was a sleek black model, with a digital face and a rubber strap. John had to have it. He approached the man and struck up a conversation, asking him all about the watch. The man was happy to oblige, telling John all about the watch's features and how he had come to own it. As the conversation continued, John realized that he had found a kindred spirit in this watch-loving stranger. They talked for hours, discussing different watch brands and styles, and even swapping a few timepieces. When they parted ways, John felt like he had made a new friend. Over time, John became known in his community as the watch guy. People would approach him on the street, asking for the time or wanting to show off their own watches. John loved it. He felt like he was part of a secret club, a community of people who appreciated the beauty and craftsmanship of timepieces. But John's obsession with watches didn't stop at collecting them. He also loved to tinker with them, taking them apart and putting them back together again. He learned everything he could about the inner workings of watches, studying the intricate mechanisms that made them tick. One day, John decided that he wanted to design his own watch. He spent months researching different materials and components, and eventually, he came up with a design that he was proud of. He took it to a local watchmaker, who helped him turn his design into a reality. The watch was a hit. John started getting orders from all over the world, with people asking him to make custom designs just for them. He was thrilled. He had never imagined that his love for watches would lead to a career in watchmaking. But even as his business took off, John never forgot his roots. He still loved to ask people about their watches, and he still collected them with a passion. He knew that watches were more than just timepieces, they were expressions of style and personality, symbols of the people who wore them. Years later, John was walking through the city once again, wearing one of his own designs. A young man approached him, asking about the watch. John smiled, struck up a conversation, and showed the man how to work the various functions. As he walked away, John felt a sense of satisfaction. He knew that he had passed on his love of watches to another generation, and that the timepieces he cherished so much would continue to inspire and connect people for years to come. Thank you for listening.